Okay, then, if I could ask everybody just to stop doing what they're doing, doesn't matter if you didn't finish or if you did. In general, what matters is that we had a go, and if we could all contribute in order to make each other understand better throughout this part now. So, if I could just ask everybody to either come back to Zoom and close that document, and then you'll be able to see my screen here. I'll just lose all my tabs there. When you're ready, I'll wait for you all to do it. And yeah, all right, awesome. A little bit of an interlude there. Okay. So what we can do here is we can have a look at the management of Burns text A. So what have we got here? We've got pretty much 4 texts in our part A of reading of the text A. So I'd like to ask, first of all, in our text A, what is the main idea that we have here? What's the main idea of this text in text A?
The main idea in text A, I think, is the classification of burns.
What classification of burns, yeah? Absolutely. The classification of burns. Pretty much how to define burns. What's their characteristics and what type of burns are they? So any questions to do with identification of burns? All right. Very nicely done indeed. And text B, what have we got?
We have food resuscitation and suggested regimen.
Absolutely fantastic. To the point. So text B, our main idea is, even in the title, and that's really the idea, isn't it? In the title, they give you most of it. Fluid resuscitation, and regimen for application. The best way to do it, think about it, is just fluid resuscitation. It's all about, treating with fluid resuscitation. Stunning work, lovely job. What about text C then?
Management of burns.
It's like that, isn't it? Honestly, you can just get as much as you can get from the title. So the main idea of the text C is about the management of burns, how to treat them as well with but yeah, not really with drugs, is it? It's much more to do with like
The nursing management.
yeah, absolutely. Very good. So what have we got? Management, nursing, management of burns. Absolutely. And last but not least, the last one. What is the main idea of this text D here?
Pain management in burns.
Yeah, I agree. Pain management and analgesics. Very nicely done. Well done, everybody. I mean, we've just kind of learned about this yesterday, so really, really positive that you are getting this already. It's very quick, actually, that you're getting this. I know it seems easy for you, but it's not. Following the procedure is hard, I think most tasks are straightforward. It's just, keeping that strategy and that technique alive and not just, it's hard because when we're under exam stress, it's kind of like, oh, what was I supposed to do? And you just panic and do something. But if we can just almost be like Olympic swimmers, waiting for that mark to just do what we need to do, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, sorry, each text, get in the main idea. Fantastic, everybody. So I'll talk to you about two different techniques today, and it's much more to do with where to start. Let's talk about everybody. I want to ask one thing. Did everybody manage to finish, or was there some unable to finish? I'm not going to be unhappy if you couldn't finish. I just want to show you a different technique.
I didn't finish.
Yeah, all right. Okay. So you didn't finish, and I think that is something that happens it's a very common thing with this one. There is a lovely technique about this, and it's talking about starting not on question 1, it's talking about starting on question 6. And I'll just explain it to you a little bit now. As we went through it, each one of these, they take a bit of time to learn, and that kind of, it takes a bit of reading anyway, it takes a bit of time. In general, the technique for if you are having a hard time finishing on time is to start at the short answer questions or the missing word questions. And the reason for this is, we're going to be doing pretty much the same as here. And by the end of our exam, so we go down to 20, then we would have already read the text in a lot of detail. Then in this question 1 to 5, mostly we'll be able to do it just from the top of our heads. Risks involved in certain treatments. I read that in text C, then we can just kind of, I've seen people do it even in 30 seconds at the end, like, well, A, B, C, D, E. So that's a technique. If you are having, I don't suggest it as the first thing you do. It doesn't work for everybody, but that is the hack. If you're having a bit of a problem with timing, you do start at a different question. Let's start off with our question 1 to 5 then. So everybody, I'd like you to just help me one by one. Maybe I'll start off with Bridget. I start off Priscilla. Let's start Robert. And then we have, who do we miss out of? Rebecca. Okay, Bridget, the first one, I'd like to ask you, what are the key words in this sentence here?
Age-related. Initial treatment.
Initial treatment. Yeah, that is correct. Yeah, that is the best word for it. The initial treatment. All right. So just let me go back up to the top now. So which text do you think that's in? Anybody can help me here? What text would I find this one in?
I put D.
D. How about everybody else?
B.
B. Why did you put B?
B, since it is talking about, there was, they categorized age, like adults, then children, and how they.
There are different categorizations of ages, absolutely. Are there any, this is not treatment, this is just classification. So there's nothing to do with treatment. We've got 2 paragraphs with treatment, right? So we've got the B, which is the treatment fluid resuscitation. And we've got the text D, which is talking about analgesic. And the reason why it is the difference between age-related is because you've got pediatric guidelines and you have got the adult analgesic. So the answer would be it would be D, okay? So age-related considerations for initial treatment of burns. No, that's not right. What about this initial treatment? That's important as well. That's what we call a proportion, right? So where is the initial treatment then? Because is text D an initial treatment, or is it something actually that they would be doing afterwards?
It's what they did afterwards. That's why.
Yeah, it's like the next step, isn't it? So this is an initial treatment. So it's something that they do at the beginning. So there are age-related concerns for these ones. All right. So what's our answer, guys? D or B? I'll let you all have a debate over it. Okay. Answer is B. Very good. So the risks involved in certain treatments. Priscilla, what are the key words here in this one?
The keywords, those are the risks and treatments.
All right. So where do we find the risks in these treatments?
I failed that. I failed to get the answer.
You didn't put it?
I didn't.
May I put D?
You put D, right?
Yeah.
Where does it say about the risks here? That's the main word, risks. So we definitely got treatments again, right? The risks involved. So we need to find out where that risks are, where them risks are. Is there any risks that we can see here? These are much more like, this is a pain scale, for example. This is, quantity. This is the guidelines, should be reviewed after 72 hours. Pain management should be individual case and clinical judgment. So what do we have? The risks involved in certain treatments. Is there any treatments in text C?
Yes.
Yes, where does it say it?
In C. Cool the wound, not the patient, taking care not to cause hypothermia.
Is there any mention of risks there?
No, yeah, taking care not to.
Would everybody agree? Is that
Acetaminophen.
okay? Just really be aware of the words, okay? The words risks, certain treatments. So you did say it was a kind of a treatment, but it was more of a kind of nursing management. Cool the wound, not. But there's no mention of risk anywhere, and that's what we're having a problem with here. We can't find that word risk. Anybody know a synonym for risks? For example, if I look for the word risk, we have one here. Where's the other one? So it's not in the text. So it must be a different word for risk. What's another word for risk? Okay. We come back.
Let's go to text B. I mean, or C. C.
You went for C as well, did you?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Here on pain control where they put acetaminophen.
Acetaminophen, usually helpful, but may need to use opiates, such as codeine. So
Mhm.
that is the risk.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna say let's move forward. We'll come back to this one. No biggie, no problem. So this is the problem now. Like this is the problem that we do face when we have 1 to 5. We do get stuck. We do get stuck trying to figure out everything at the beginning. So it's a bit of a hard task, isn't it? It's like we don't really know where, everything is. We're just kind of trying to learn it at the beginning. And this is the real tricky bit about starting from question 1. Now, to be honest with you, I really recommend not starting from question 1 to most people, but it's not the same for everybody. So the word specialist treatments. What's the specialist treatments here? What's that one? Which text talks about treatments? Who we got? Sorry, this is Robert, right? Robert, which text talking about treatments?
I put D.
Why did you put D?
In D, that's where we have most of the treatments. And
Yeah.
there is there is a statement there that in case you fail to control the pain, you should consider admission to abandon, and the abandon has to be read by a specialist.
Yep. So that word specialist has come up. Does everybody agree with that, or not everybody is happy with that?
Agree.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. D. We'll come back to that now. All right, Rebecca. Nicely done, Robert. Rebecca, what's the keywords here?
Assessment.
What kind of assessment?
So
Patient self-assessment.
Very good. Very, very good. Very nice. Which one of these has a self-assessment in them? It's a bit of a tricky answer, this one is. Classifications. B, is there a self-assessment? Where does it say self-assessment?
There was no text that mentioned this.
Think about how can you ask a patient, to assess themselves? What technique do we use?
With pain.
Fantastic. Nicely done. Nicely done. On a scale of 1 to 10, how great was that answer? Brilliant job. Well done. Nicely done. Yeah, that's what these 1 to 5s, I personally don't like them, but we got to deal with them anyway. And last but not least, this is free for all. How to categorize the severity of a burn.
A.
Nicely done. Okay. So what risks are involved in certain treatments? Let's have a look. I think that somebody was sniffing around in part C. And in general, I'm going to read it for you now. And we're going to have a look if you can find any risks. It is hidden in here somewhere. So assess the patient status, blah, 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 blah. Assess the burn extent. A sheet can be placed over. Remove jewelry or hot clothing. Limit inflammation and pain to cool. and gauze or a large sheet in case of a large wound. Cool the wound, not the patient. Take care not to cause hypothermia. Helpful, but may need to be used opiates such as codeine. Check immunization status and update tetanus if necessary, if possible. There are some differences in opinion regarding breaking of blisters. Some suggest intact because the blisters act as a barrier to infections, and others debride all blisters. Most agree that necrotic skin should be removed following blister ruptures. Application of antibiotics in form of ointment should always be used to prevent any infection in any non-superficial burns. So you want to know what the answer is? It is C, and you were correct, by the way. It is definitely in this part here, the risks of causing hypothermia. So sorry to give you a bit of a driver on there, but I just wanted to see, I wanted to see if everybody else could see it. So well done there, Bridget. That was great. Good catch there. All right, so yep, as a team, we are rocking it. All right, I would like everybody to, let's do 4 of these, and let's do 4 of the other ones then. And what we can do then is pretty much understand how everybody is. So I'm going to start off with Priscilla. Then I'm going to start off with Robert. And then I'm going to go for, I've asked Bridget to join in. And last but not least, Rebecca. And same off on the second one. Priscilla, in question 6, what's the keywords in our
Classification of burns.
Yep, that definitely tells us where we are. Any more there?
No, that's the major classification of burns.
Okay, so what are we looking for with this question? What are we looking for?
The injury cause.
Excuse me, I don't think I'm the only one who is not hearing Priscilla.
You don't hear me? Or you don't hear Priscilla? I think
Yes.
microphone is very low. If you can, just try and catch it. I can try to rephrase what she says. She thinks that classification of, okay, sorry, Priscilla, I don't want to interrupt everybody.
I guess now I'm louder.
Yeah, now you're awesome.
Okay. So you were asking that, what are we looking for? We are looking for the damage.
The what? The damage, is it? So we're looking for the amount of something. Yes, we are looking for the amount of something. So this is a quantity. This is a quantity. We are very, very, and this is the very important words, these. Something, amount of something caused. You said damage, did you? Let's have a look. What text would that be in then, Priscilla?
The text, it is in A, the
Text
tissue damage.
A, and what do we got? The tissue damage is present. This is where you saw, is it? Nice. Even, what I like about starting here is actually they start off quite easy here and they get harder as they go down. So before you have to deal with these, you can just have a kind of a nice, nice straightforward. Yeah, well done. Spot on. Okie dokie. Nice one, Priscilla. That was great. Robert, welcome to the stage. What's our keywords in this one? This is a hard one, by the way.
I think great deal.
Quantity, very good, yeah. Proportion of what? Nice. Of shrinkage. Which text is this going to be in, Robert?
Text
A, let's have a look. Text A. And what have we got? There's another word there that you highlighted. Third degree burns. So let's get the third degree burns. And not that far. And we got our third degree burns here, our full thickness burns, yeah. And what are we looking for? We're looking for shrinkage. What's the synonym for shrinkage?
I think the main, some other main word we are looking for is healing. Because the other side there was the question is about recovery. So
One more time.
the question is about recovering. So in the text here, we should look for the healing process in the third degree burns.
Nice. What's the synonym for scarring? What's the synonym? No, what's the synonym for shrinkage? Another word for shrinkage.
Shrinking is like reducing in size of something.
And when it's kind of contracting, right? Contract.
Yeah.
So that's the idea. What did you put down for your answer?
Scarring.
Nicely done. Yep, absolutely. That's how we get fast. We understand we're looking for bam, scanning, bam. I know that's the other word for shrinkage. You just like this, just unlocking the answers in as quick as you can. Very nicely done, Robert. All right, who we got next? Bridget. Let's have a look. One thing I will say, guys, you might notice that, it does go a bit like this, text A. It might kind of go on like that. Something that is kind of common happens in the OET. It starts off in a kind of chronological sense. Bridget, let's have a look at your question here. And I'd like to ask you, what would be our keywords here?
Mixed depth burns.
Absolutely, spot on.
Affected area.
Just let me have a look at that. Yeah, let's see. Okay, where did you find that?
In text A.
Wow, super job. And we're looking for something in the affected area. So what do we do? Text A, mixed depth burns, yeah? What is it? A presence. What did you put for your answer?
I put sensation.
Absolutely, spot on. Wow. And what did you use for your like looks, how the burn looks and whether? So looks is presentation or like appearance. So that is also helping us to go on to the next one. So appearance and presence of sensation. So what have we got in our question? We've got, taken to how it looks, and we've got the conjunction there. whether something there is in the affected area. Well done. Great job. Yeah, absolutely. So, wow. I'm very impressed, guys. Very, very good. Last but not least, Rebecca. Let's have a look at your keywords.
Full burn injuries and then jewelry.
Jewelry. Very specific, you know, we're talking about burns, you know, jewelry, such a out of context word. So this is so important. Very nice. Well done. And let's go up. Where did you find it? Which text?
See.
See? Are you sure? Yes, it is. Where's our word jewelry? So what are we supposed to be taking off? Jewelry.
Hot clothing.
Or what?
Hot clothing.
Yes, nicely done, everybody. Great. Very, 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 I'm very happy. I feel so good about this. I've really good feeling about this. Nice. Good. Strong students. All right, everybody, let's go on to our next part. I'll start off with Bridget on the short answer questions. Bridget, can you start off with me here? In case of mixed depth burns, what factor to determine the local treatment to give? What's our keywords?
I put burn thickness.
Thickness, yeah. Nicely done. There is one very, very, very hard question in here. 16. We'll go to that. I won't give anybody that. We'll do that as a team. Well done. Great job. Smashing it. Number 15, I'm going to ask Rebecca. What is the maximum number of tries recommended for attaching a drip at the scene of a burns incident?
In part C, 2 cannulations.
Wow. Very good. 2. Exactly, the synonym for drip would be cannulation. Absolutely. So 2, or you can put 2. Both of these answers are correct. Just remember, number of tries, not how many procedures. So you just write the number of tries, okay? Not 2 cannulations. Although if they did mark you wrong on that, I would be so unhappy with that. All right. What do we get? Robert. Before attaching a fluid resuscitation drip to a 9-year-old burns patient, what percentage of the body needs to be affected?
We can take in parts where they are talking about resuscitation because I didn't reach this far.
You didn't reach where? You didn't get down to 17, did you?
No.
Okay, what's the keywords here?
The 9-year-old. The 9-year-old and the fluid resuscitation.
Is there any value there, any number or any proportion?
Yeah, percentage of body.
Okay, so we're looking for before, so prior to attaching a fluid resuscitation to a 9-year-old, how much of the body needs to be affected? What text is that in?
B.
In C.
C or B? Which one is talking about fluid resuscitations?
B.
Yep, B. And who are we talking about? How old?
9 years old.
9 years old. So it'd be children. So if the burns is over 15% of the TBSA, total body surface area in adults, or 10% in children, fluids should be started as soon as possible on the scene. So what percentage of body surface area needs to be affected before we can start applying the drip?
10%.
10% to the second. Absolutely. Nicely done. And last but not least, Priscilla, did you manage to get down to here? It's okay if you didn't. We'll just we'll do it from here. So what additional analgesic is recommended for the first instance for a patient with a moderate level of pain?
Shall I find that one in text?
Okay, what's the keywords?
Additional analgesic recommended.
First instance, that proportion, very important, moderate level. These are all important words. So what are we looking for? Additional, first instance, moderate level pain. So let's have a look. You said text D, analgesic. So where's the moderate level pain? Here we go. And what have we got? Recommend analgesic in addition to column 1. What's our additional?
Tramadol.
Absolutely. So it's literally like, it's like crosswords, isn't it? Almost like a word. Tramadol. Okay, everybody, I'm very, very, very happy.
So are the milligrams important?
Tell me.
Are the milligrams important of tramadol, or you just mentioned as tramadol?
No, it didn't ask you for the amount. It's just the kind of, it's just what additional analgesic. It didn't ask you for measurements. That would be another type of question, okay? They say how much, but what is just, what's the name of it? What's the subject, okay? All right, everybody, I will go through these now as we go forth. And in general, I just want to say congrats to everybody. Very, very, very good. If you want to share your scores with me at the end, I'd be very happy to hear. And we'll do number 16 together. It is horrible. So yes, number 1, B, number 2, C, number 3, D, number 4, D, number 5, A, number 6, tissue damage. I feel like I'm singing bingo, you know. Number 7 is scarring on the skin. Absolutely well done, Robert, from pointing that out. What we have next, we have the sensation. Yep, that is correct. And we had Rebecca giving us the hot clothing. That is absolutely correct. When cooling a wound, make sure that you don't put the patient at risk of, as we said, what was that risk? Hypothermia. So now I've already been talking about the risk in question 10. That would really, really, really help me when I get there. That's why it's good this way. Very nice.
Hypothermia.
Hypothermia.
Yes, that's what
Hypo.
the text says.
Hypo, not hyper.
Oh, sorry. I'm just like, I'm hyperactive. Yes, students becoming the teachers. Absolutely. Hypothermia. That is correct. Even teacher is wrong at sometimes. That's just the way I am. Number 11, what have we got? What do you think it is? May require a COVID booster? No, it is a tetanus, absolutely. Very good. By the way, in the listening exam, if you do have a spelling mistake like I just made there, if you do have that, it will be accepted in listening part A. If you have that little tiny spelling mistake, it will be accepted in part A of listening, but it won't be accepted in reading. So I would lose the mark, even though it sounds the same, I would lose it. So good one for pointing that out. So yeah, require a tetanus booster. Number 12, you should consider leaving something undisturbed. Anybody?
Blisters.
Yes, keep them blisters undisturbed. Nobody wants to be risking themselves to an infection. Absolutely. You should apply ointments containing something to all deeper burns.
Antibiotics.
Very good job. So good, everybody. Maybe we should just start part B today, huh? You're already here. You're already good at this. Nicely done. All right, we said burn thickness for number 14. We put 2 for here. Very good. We put how much? The hardest one of them all. 16. Keywords of this one.
How much?
Per kilo.
Child.
Now this is what makes the answer, this one. This is what makes it. Over. So how much do we give a child per kilo when he's over 20 kilo? So let's have a look. We've seen resuscitation fluid up here. And what have we got? We've got children. So resuscitation fluid as above, plus maintenance, blah, 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 blah. So we give 100 milliliters per kilogram for the first 10 kilogram body weight, plus 50 milliliter per kilogram for the next. Even that is just confusing. So for the first 10 kilogram, this is one of them. So for the first 10 kilo, we gave them 100 milliliter. For the next 10 kilo, we give them 50. And everything over per kilo, we give them 20. So what is the answer to this question? How much resuscitation fluid should a child receive per kilo over 200 kilogram?
$150.
Okay. Anybody else? I said the same, by the way.
300.
I said the same. I really said the same. I said 150. I was doing maths. Just one thing, guys. One thing. This nowhere near in this OET exam. They're not going to ask you to be counting at all. In general, it's all about the fine words. That's what it is. The English exam. They will never ask you to do these kind of math things. So, how much should we give a child if he's over 150? So yeah, if he's over 150, we'd have to give him 100, then we'd have to give him 150 for when he's 20 kilos. So that is 150. Yeah, he's 20 kilos, he's had 150. But the question is, how much should he receive per kilo? So the question is, if he's over 20 kilo, then he gets 20 milligrams per each kilogram. Honestly, I don't think I've ever had a class where somebody was like, yeah, of course, that's of course that's what it is. So it's 20 milliliters. That's the answer. Did anybody get that?
Yeah.
No,
I just got
Robert.
it now.
That's all right. As long as you got it now. Robert, you are like
That's what I meant, that I just got it now.
you're like a Takeshi's Castle, did you ever watch Takeshi's Castle?
I I just stopped on number 30 now, but I even get this.
That's where you got stuck, isn't it? This one. That's how you couldn't finish, because you were stuck on number 16, right? All right, guys. Last but not least, last two. What route shall be used to administer ibuprofen to children? What text are we going to find that in?
D.
D. And what's the answer there, Robert? Children.
Orally.
Orally, absolutely. Fantastic. Oh, that's paracetamol. That's not even ibuprofen. That's ibuprofen. See? Silly teacher again sometimes. Absolutely. Well done. Good job. And last but not least, everybody, and we finished our first day, first practice exam with me helping you. And after how long should a patient's pain relief regime be evaluated?
For 72 hours.
That was hard. That's a hard one as well. Absolutely. Well done. Wow. So if we look at the pattern here, what do we got? This is an A, this is an A, this is an A, this is an A, this is in B, 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 this is in A, cannulations. Oh no, sorry, that's wrong, isn't it? A, C, 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 A, B, 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 D, D, D. So they are kind of clustered together, You can kind of figure these things out after you do so many tests. In general, there are usually like 2 or 3 clusters in the exam. How did you get, guys? Just let me know. I know not everybody finished, but are you satisfied with, what you did and how much you did? And did you get a good score, even if you didn't finish it?
Was fairly done.
You didn't do it at the end, no?
No.
But
Stopped on
it
number
was
14.
very confusing, and I think it's what like for me it's what took most of my time.
13.
No, part A.
This part.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
It took a lot of my time, and I didn't even perform better in it.
All right. So yeah, what we will do in our practice exams, don't take it as the only way, but this is the way that I'm going to show you now. Start off here. It's going to be so much more straightforward for you getting to here. This takes like 10 minutes sometimes. It's just 5 questions for 10 minutes, that we can't be dealing with that. We got 15 other questions we can answer. So just go on to these ones first, come back to the end and zap these ones, okay?
Okay.
All right. You're all going to do it. But in general, your comprehension is there. So I'm very, very happy about that. You all understand, you all understood it very, very, very well. And well done. So yeah, what do we got today? It's our day before our rest days. And yeah, I'll ask you to send us another homework. Now I've given you some homeworks as well. I want you to do around 3 of these practice exams. I'll send you the appropriate link to do that. I'm trying to figure it out so we don't, use all of our practice exams because we need to do some mock tests throughout the course. So just bear with me with that one. I couldn't figure out the OET system website problem, but I'm building up something in my own time for you guys. So please be patient with that. This week, all I will ask tomorrow is write me a letter and have a go at 1 or 2 up to 3 part A exams by the end of the week. So just a letter tomorrow and to practice these part A's. We'll move on to part B on Thursday. But in general, if you are not happy with part A, this is why I want you to do one before we go on to Thursday. Then we can just have another class on it because you guys are such fluent speakers. I don't think that we need 8 speaking classes. I think you're going to be really happy. So we do have the opportunity to focus. Maybe you want to spend more classes on part C, which I probably would recommend. But have a go, start, time yourself now, but timing is not the biggest issue at the moment. Task is the most important. Time will come. Try to get it in about 17 minutes. We'll get to 15 minutes as we go through it. Other than that, nice letter for me to remark for you guys. And also an opportunity, if you want to talk about your letters in these live editing classes, we can do that too. So yeah, it's a bit up to what you want, okay? Thanks everybody. I'm done here. I'm done for today. I feel like I'm going away with a big win. Great students, great comprehension. I feel like I did something good with my day. Anything I can answer for you guys? Any questions? Anything you want to know?
I would like to ask when you're writing your answer, is it a must we have what is exactly in the text?
One more time, Robert. You're a bit unclear sometimes at your microphone.
When you're writing the answer, is it a must you quote exactly what is in the text?
I'm sorry, Robert. I really didn't understand it. When you're writing your answers,
Yes. Is it a must to quote exactly what is in the text? Like if I can give an example of the previous exercises that we have just been doing, there is a question that was saying that if we remove jewelry, and in the text there was hot clothes. So if in my answer they just wrote clothes, is it right?
hot clothing, hot clothes.
Yeah.
You mean like a spelling mistake, or if you write a different kind of answer?
A different kind of answer.
I know I'm struggling to get it as well. So you should only write what you find. Don't write from your own logic at all. Just write what you find. It's all written in the text. You're just basically just picking something out of the text and putting it in the answers. It doesn't come from your logic. Don't even bother with that. Part C and part B are much more about that. Part A is much more about finding that information and putting it somewhere else, okay?
Okay.
I hope I answered your question. It's quite hard to hear you sometimes, but I tried my best. Bridget, do you want to speak as well?
Yes, I wanted to ask about the letter. We should specifically write about the third homework or something different? Any homework part?
Yeah, on the homework section, the third letter, if you've done that letter, if you've had a go at writing it already, send it to me. But there's a third letter. Who is it addressed to? I'm always learning with you. All right, what did we do? So our next letter will be, I think it's a bit of a tricky one as well, by the way. So nice practice. Homework. UG. UK. I don't know how it's so hard to find. Yeah, here we go. So yeah, on here again, if you are not enjoying this, this, this is completely irrelevant at the moment. So this extracurricular, all I want you to do is do the Stephen Carey. If you want, I can just email it to you, all of you, just to make it easier. This is a little bit of a tricky one, so just be aware of it. Can I ask you, everybody, from looking, when we're having a look at this letter, what kind of letter do we see here? What kind of case notes are written?
It's a referral letter.
It definitely has the style of the referral. That's true. It's got them dates. It's really important. So we know already that that is something important for our letter. When we're having a look at this one, it doesn't actually give you so much. You know, write a letter to a physiotherapist on behalf of Jennifer requesting a home visit. So actually, in my opinion, that's definitely a referral. You're referring a student patient to a physiotherapist. They didn't write it very clearly, but we can make up our minds. And just looking at that, that's referral letter kind of structure. So if you can do this one for me, I'd be very happy to receive that. And yeah, I'll give you some feedback on it. If you wanted to go in a live class, as we did before, we can go for it. But no, this is the only thing I want you to do by tomorrow. And one reading practice. The reading practice is here. It's easier if we use the homework section. So this one here. Did you see how I did that? So on the part 3, you will have the reading homework sections. And let's have a look. Yeah, we got one up there. If you could, let me just check it. If you could have a go at this one for me, but I understand that you've already done the ones from the OET, so you'll need kind of special new ones. No, this is not from OET. All right, yeah. If you could do this one as well. So I just, sorry, best I don't email it to you. Best thing I can do, ask you to go back onto this homework section, click on the letter, get your letter to me by tomorrow, and have a go at this by Thursday. That one thing about pediatric feeding tubes, was it? Something like that. Then we can decide as a team whether we want to go forward or we want to stay on part A, because it is really important part of the exam. So it's where the marks are. Are you guys with me?
Yes.
Okie
Yeah.
dokie. Nice. Nicely done. Okay. If you do have any questions or you can't get onto it, Priscilla, I know sometimes you find that it doesn't work for you. Just let me know. Anybody let me know and I'll hook you up with the links straight up. But thanks, everybody. Lovely class. Really enjoyed it. Going away with a good feeling. Hope you are as well too, guys. You really showed a good standard today. I'm very impressed with your standards today. Very nice. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you too. Absolutely. Bye bye, guys.
Bye bye. Bye.